Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So Ole Gunnar Solsjaer deserves a lot of respect as Manchester United manager. Now, Ole Gunnar Solsjaer has showed tactical flexibility in a lot of our big games. Now, Ole, as Manchester United manager, has beaten Julian Nagelsmann. He's beaten Thomas Tuchel. Last season, he beat Pep Guardiola 3 times. He beat Frank Lampard 3 times. And he's beaten Jose Mourinho once as Manchester United manager. And we've been in a good vein of form recently. We are unbeaten in our last 4 games in all competitions. So it's good that we have responded from that 6-1 hammering against Tottenham. We've enjoyed a fantastic start to our Champions League campaign. We've won both of our games in the Champions League group stage. We've beaten PSG and we've beaten RB Leipzig. Now, so far in the Premier League this season, we have played 5 games. We have won 2, lost 2, and drawn 1. So reflect on that, we're sitting 15th in the Premier League, so we are near the relegation zone. Now, our away form, I don't have any concerns because our away form's been very, very good. We haven't lost any away game in any competition since January. But our home form is a worry. And we've got to address our home form. We've played 3 games at Old Trafford in the league this season, and we haven't won any. And that's the first time that's happened since 1972? Or is it 1973? But it is our worst start at Old Trafford in 50 years. Ole does deserve more time at the football club, doesn't he? Now, reflect on our good vein of form recently. A lot of pressure has eased off Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because a few weeks ago, Ole was under serious pressure at the football club. And obviously, there was talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in. Obviously, Pochettino has been the favourite to replace Solskjaer at Man United. And it says we was looking at Massimiliano Allegri as an alternative. And I said to you, didn't I, that a few weeks ago, Ole Solskjaer was in the same position as he was in at the first part of last season, because at the first part of last season, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. Now, like I've said to you, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure to work out because I do like him a lot. He's a club legend and he was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. Now, reflecting now on Ole's been at Man United, he has gained managerial experience. Manchester United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. He's been with us now for almost 2 years. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. He enjoyed a very, very short tenure with Cardiff. The main explanation why he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated, didn't he? Solskjaer has got a contract with the football club until 2022. And this is his 2nd season at Manchester United. And I think if we can finish in the top 4 this season and we can win a trophy, I'll say that would represent a good season for Manchester United. I did say Ole's got to exceed his expectations if he's to remain in the Man United job. And, if we can build on that win against RB Leipzig, then obviously he won't be under any pressure. I think definitely Ole needs more backing at the football club because in the summer transfer window he wasn't backed enough by the board. We missed out on all of Solskjaer's priority targets in the summer transfer window, and we missed out on a lot of targets in general. You know, in the summer transfer window, we missed out on Jadon Sancho, we missed out on Jude Bellingham, we missed out on Thiago, we missed out on Kalidou Koulibaly, we missed out on Sergio Reguilon, we missed out on Nathan Ake, missed out on Ousmane Dembele, because don't forget we inquired about getting him on loan. We missed out on Erling Haaland back in January, and I said it was a shame we missed out on Erling Haaland because he would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing. Solskjaer knows Erling Haaland well. Solskjaer was the one that gave him his debut. But Solskjaer revealed quite a few times during the summer transfer window that he was frustrated with the board. But we've been demanding Woodward and the Glazers out for years, you know, reflecting how poor our recruitment policy's been. You know, we've obviously overpaid for players. A lot of mistakes have been made in the last 7 years as well. That's one of the main explanations why we've been so inconsistent. Woodward's been at the football club since 2012, and the Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. So Woodward's been with us around 8 years or so. The Glazers have been with us around 15 years or so. You know, we've brought a lot of players in the last 7 years or so. We've brought over 30 players in, and we spent close to the £1 billion range on them. But a lot of them players haven't been the right calibre players for Manchester United. And we've obviously as well had different managers with different philosophies. Because 3 managers have been sacked since the Ferguson era, and that was Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. So Ollie's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson's retirement. And I said, you know, we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers because we're not really known as a sacking football club. You know, Ollie has endured 4 transfer windows since he became Manchester United manager, and he spent over £200 million at the club. In the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James, Anwan Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January, he brought Bruno Fernandes in, and he brought Odin Igalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of this year, he brought Donny van der Beek in, he brought Edison Cavani in, he brought Alex Telles in, brought Facundo Pellistri in, and he brought Amad Traore in. But Amad Traore is going to be joining the football club in January. So Ole has made some good signings. I also like the way he has promoted the youth. Ole's got rid of a lot of players since he got appointed in as Manchester United manager. We've seen a few big names leave the club, haven't we? You know, we've seen Lukaku leave the club. He left in the summer of 2019. We saw Herrera leave the club in the summer of 2019. He went to PSG. I think he's another player Man United shouldn't have got rid of. Sanchez, he went to Inter Milan permanently. We made the right decision by getting rid of Alexis Sanchez because his wages were having a really bad effect on the football club. We saw Young leave back in January after he endured 8.5 years at Man United. You know, Young went to Inter Milan. Valencia, he left the football club in the summer of 2019 after he endured 10 years at Man United. Chris Smalling, he left on deadline day in this year's summer transfer window. He went to Roma, did Smalling, and Smalling endured a good 10 years at Manchester United. We saw Darmian leave the football club, was it in the summer of 2019? Fellaini, he left in January 2019. Wasn't he like the first player to leave under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era? Diego Dalot, he went to AC Milan on loan in the summer transfer window. I've been hearing that AC Milan are interested in getting Diego Dalot permanently. Tahith Chon, don't forget we loaned him out. I think we also loaned Dylan Levitt out. Didn't we loan Joe Pereira out again for another season? So yeah, a lot of players have left the football club. And I credit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for what he did last season. He obviously got us qualification for the Champions League. Also got us third, second highest we've finished since the Ferguson era, and guided us to 3 semi-finals. And last season was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first full season at the football club. We've also had some good periods under Ole. Because, was it the second part of last season, went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions until Chelsea had beaten us in the FA Cup semi-final, and went on a 14-game unbeaten run in the Premier League, didn't we? Until Crystal Palace beaten us on the opening day of this season. I think when Solskjaer was the interim manager, he won like his first, was it 8 or 9 games in a row. So, there you go. So, there's definitely no positives to take from his tenure. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has managed 99 games for Manchester United in all competitions. He has won 56 games as Manchester United manager in all competitions. And the game against Arsenal tomorrow is Ole's 100th game as Manchester United manager. So obviously he'll be hoping to win that game. Won't he? I think we can challenge for the league at some point. You know, do you think we can challenge for it this season? You know, do you think we could challenge for it next season? I think we are at least a few years off winning the Premier League, like I've already mentioned. We obviously haven't won the Premier League since 2013. You know, so we haven't won it now for over 7 years. We are the most successful team in Premier League history because we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles, aren't they? Our success came under the Sir Alex Ferguson era because under the Sir Alex Ferguson era we won 38 major honours. And Ferguson endured 27 years, was it, at the football club? But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Manchester United. And reflecting on that, you know, he was very, very close to getting the sack. But I just don't think any manager at Manchester United or any manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy, and that's a fact. But I heard that Solskjaer's record after 100 games he's actually better than Sir Alex Ferguson's, I heard. Yeah, that's a surprise. Isn't it? But we're already making plans for next year on who we're obviously going to sign, because I think Man United are looking to make a couple of more signings next year. I think we desperately need a centre-half. We need someone to go alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. And we do need a right winger, don't we? Now, as you all know, next summer, we're going to go in for Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. He's going to be available for around £38 million next summer, because that's when his release clause does become active. He did sign a new deal with RB Leipzig until 2023 to remove his £45 million release clause, Dayot Upamecano, but I think we are the favourites to sign him. He recently said that we could be making a move for Adama Traore in January. I think probably next year we'll reignite our interest in Sancho. Sancho does feel unsettled at Borussia Dortmund, I heard. So maybe next year we could get Sancho for less than £108 million, because during the summer transfer window, Dortmund said that they wanted £108 million for Sancho. We was not willing to meet their valuation. Obviously, if we'd have paid what they were demanding, then Sancho would have been our most expensive signing and it would have broken our transfer record. But during the summer transfer window, you know, you had Lucien Favre, Borussia Dortmund's boss, saying that Sancho's going to stay. Michael Zorg said that Sancho's staying and the decision is final. Michael Zorg's Dortmund's sporting director. You know, Fabrizio Romano spoken about the Sancho saga a lot during the summer transfer window. So too did Christian Falk. the Build reporter. But, he was our number one priority target. Must have been in for Sancho for like the last 3 years. Next year as well, we'll be looking to offload players because there's still deadwood in the squad. I think next year we'll be looking to offload Jesse Lingard. We'll be looking to offload Rojo. Jones, I think we'll offload him. Sergio Romero, we'll look to offload him. Sergio Romero said anyway that he wants his contract terminated. Daniel James, we could loan him out next year. Brandon Williams, he could be also loaned out, couldn't he? Because he's going to find game time difficult now following the arrival of Alex Telles. Matic, could he be offloaded next year? Matic has actually lost his place in the team. Juan Mata, do you think he could be offloaded next year? We'll have to wait and see. Won't we? But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to the game tomorrow against Arsenal. I've already given you my preview for the game. I also give you my starting 11 prediction for the game, who I think, could be playing. And I recently give you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference ahead of the game. Manchester United have got to win this game tomorrow against Arsenal. If we do beat Arsenal tomorrow, it will be our first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. From an Arsenal perspective, they know it's a must-win game for them because Arsenal have had back-to-back defeats in the Premier League. They lost to, City? And they also lost to Leicester in their last league game. They've also lost to Liverpool this season. They've won 3 games in the league of Arsenal. They've beaten Fulham, West Ham and Sheffield United. They recently had a good win though against Dundalk, beating them by 3-0. Ollie will want to get one over Mikel Arteta. Because obviously Mikel Arteta has beaten Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once. Because the game at the Emirates last season was 2-0 to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has been at Arsenal manager now for around 10 months. He won his first trophy with Arsenal last season because Arsenal won the FA Cup. Arsenal are the most successful team in FA Cup history because they have won 14 FA Cups. And Mikel Arteta got a contract with Arsenal until 2023 because I think when they appointed him in, he signed a 3-year deal. But Solskjaer spoken about Mikel Arteta during his press conference and, he rates Mikel Arteta and he's praised him as Arsenal manager. And Solskjaer is aware that this is going to be a tough game. Solskjaer obviously cannot believe that the 5 subs rule in the Premier League was scrapped and he said it could jeopardise the players' health. Obviously he mentioned Paul Pogba during the press conference. He's obviously confirmed that Phil Jones could play a part this season, but he said Phil Jones has been injured and he's had an operation. He said Romero's been back in training. But yeah, very, very good game this. Arsenal have not beaten us at Old Trafford though in the Premier League since 2006. Like I said, I'm previewing that, so that's over 14 years ago now. The game at Old Trafford last season was 1-1 in the league. But this used to be a very, very good game, when we had Sir Alex Ferguson and when they had Arsene Wenger. It was always a title decider back then, We had Ferguson 27 years, Arsenal had Arsene Wenger for 22 years. 2 longest serving managers in English football. Don't forget, Arsenal are the only team to go undefeated in the Premier League. Because back in 2004, they went undefeated all season, and they actually went on a 50-game unbeaten run, and we was actually the team to end their unbeaten run. Arsenal, though, have got some good players in their team that could cause us problems. I think Joe Willock seems to be quite good for them. He's a young un. You know, they've got that Saka. He seems to be quite good of what I've seen of him. They've got Reece Nelson. He seems good. They've got that Eddie Nketiah. He seems good. And I think, you know, Man United have got to try and keep Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang quiet. You know, he hasn't been doing that well recently, but I still think he's one of Arsenal's best players. Some people think he's overrated, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But I do like him a lot. I also really liked Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang when he was at Borussia Dortmund. I also like Lacazette a lot. When them two play together, they do combine well, don't they? Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I'm surprised Ozil's still at Arsenal. He's been subjected to transfer speculation before. Obviously, he's aging up now. Arsenal have obviously got Granit Xhaka. You know, they've got that Guendouzi. Mustafi, I don't mind him either. They've obviously got Hector Bellerin. He's their right back, Arsenal's. They've got Leno in goal. You know, Mikel Arteta is inheriting some players at Arsenal from the Unai Emery era, because Unai Emery, when he was Arsenal manager, he made quite a few signings. He brought Kieran Tierney in, he brought David Luiz in, he brought William Saliba in, he brought Dani Ceballos in, and he brought Nicolas Pepe in, didn't he? I do like Nicolas Pepe a lot. I think he's improved under Mikel Arteta. He struggled for that consistency, you know, Nicolas Pepe, you know, when he first came in at Arsenal. Didn't Arsenal pay around, was it £70 million for Nicolas Pepe? So he's their danger man as well. Arsenal, like I said, you know, I've got quite a few players out with injury. Callum Chambers is out. Rob Holding's out. David Luiz, I think's out. Pablo Mari's out. And I think they've got Gabriel Martinelli out, haven't they, of Arsenal. But yeah, Arteta's made, is it around 5 signings, something like that, since he got appointed in as Arsenal manager. You know, Arsenal in the summer transfer window signed Thomas Partey. They brought Gabriel Magalhaes in, and they brought Willian in on a 3. And was it in January, Mikel Arteta brought Pablo Mari in and Cedric Soares, didn't he? Now, we know that we've got 5 players missing for the game, like I've already said on the preview. Obviously, Eric Bailly's unavailable. Eric Bailly's been out. He's going to be out with a muscle injury for around 3 to 4 weeks. That's my element of concern about Eric Bailly. He's too injury prone. Alex Telles is obviously going to be missing the game because he recently got tested positive for COVID-19. So Alex Telles won't be making his Premier League debut for the club. Telles was absent from the squad against RB Leipzig. He also didn't play any part in the Chelsea game. I think Telles is going to be a very good signing for us. Lingard's not going to be available. He's been out with an injury. He wouldn't probably play anyway because he doesn't regularly get in the team, does he now? Anthony Martial, he's obviously not available because he's got 1 game to serve. And then obviously suspensions up Anthony Martial's. As you all know, Phil Jones is not available. It's going to be interesting to see, though, how Ollie lines up in this game. It really, really is. He'll probably make changes from the 5-0 win against RB Leipzig, won't he? What formation would you go with? You know, do you think Ollie should stick with a 4-2-3-1? Should he go with a 3-5-2? You know, should he go with a 4-3-3? I think if Paul Pogba starts, Paul Pogba will play in more of an advanced role. Paul Pogba played in more of an advanced role against Leipzig. He started against Leipzig, didn't he? And he got an assist for Mason Greenwood's first goal. Solsjaer, I think's accepted that Pogba's more influential further forward, isn't he? I'm hoping that Marcus Rashford starts this game. There again, I've heard Paul Merson saying that Rashford should start on the bench because maybe Paul Merson believes Rashford makes more of an impact when he comes on as a substitute. Don't forget, Rashford recently got a hat-trick against RB Leipzig. Became the second Man United player to get a hat-trick from being a substitute. Mason Greenwood, do you think he should be starting this game? Edison Cavani, I think he should start because obviously Anthony Martial's not available. If Edison Cavani starts this game against Arsenal, that will be his full Premier League debut for the football club. We got Edison Cavani on a free transfer, didn't we? He signed a 2-year contract with us worth around 220 grand a week, and obviously he is our new number 7. He'll be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic, will Edison Cavani, but us bringing Cavani in provides competition for Martial, like I said when we got him in. Donny van der Beek, now do you think he'll start tomorrow against Arsenal? Donny van der Beek has not yet made his full Premier League debut for the club. Jamie Redknapp's been talking recently from Sky, and he says that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't think he's right for the team and Ole regrets bringing him in. This is what Redknapp's verdict on it. But Donny van der Beek started against Leipzig, didn't he? That was his first start in the Champions League. And I thought, to be honest with you, he did very, very well. Solskjaer was talking about Van der Beek before the Leipzig game and said he'll play a big part this season and he'll be an important player. And he explained, why he hasn't been playing Donny van der Beek much. If Donny van der Beek starts tomorrow, he'll play ahead of either Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba. Fernandes, Pogba and van der Beek won't all start in a midfield trio. That won't happen. I can definitely see Fred and McTominay playing. Maybe both of them won't start, but I think, they'll be both involved in the game. Fred is definitely undroppable at the moment. But there again, so too is Scott McTominay. Maybe they could both start, Fred and McTominay. Matic could be involved, but I don't see him starting because, Matic has lost his place in the team. Luke Shaw, he'll start. Maguire, who'll probably start. Lindelof will probably start. I'd like to see Tuanzebe start, but I don't think he will. But Tuanzebe could, come on as a substitute in the game. And Wan-Bissaka will start. De Gea will keep his place in goal, like I've already said. Juan Mata, I don't see him starting. I think it'd be the wrong decision to start Mata anyway. Even though he's a good player, he's just aging up now and he's lost that yard of pace. Daniel James, I don't want to see him start either. And I don't see Odion Ighalo being involved. I don't. He'll leave the club in January when his loan expires. That's what I see happening. After Arsenal, it's Istanbul Başakşehir, isn't it? That's our other opponent in the Champions League group stage, Istanbul Başakşehir. Don't know anything about them, to be honest with you. Then it's Everton, and Everton's going to be a tough game for Manchester United, isn't it? So, yeah. After the game tomorrow, I will be giving you my match reaction and also on my match reaction I'll be giving you the player ratings. So, join me for that. I will be doing another video later on today. I will be doing that. So, join me then. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.